Maybe you're doing all things right and you're still wondering, I'm doing therapy, listening to podcasts, reading books, joining support groups, doing exercise, doing yoga, doing meditation, doing journaling, and why my heart feels raw, why my mind overthinks, and you're wondering, why am I still not okay despite doing all these things? And then you talk it to yourself and you give it to the time. Maybe time will heal. That's not true, my friends. That will ingrain those wounds and pain deeper into your subconscious, deeper into your sanskaras. In Hindi, we call these patterns, the habits that we are imprinting on our soul. It is not healthy to leave it unchecked or untreated or unhealed. When my husband left suddenly, I tried everything from therapy to podcast to listening to calming music, meditations, exercising regularly, talking to friends. It helped a little but didn't heal my core wounds until I found root level spiritual healing. Then my soul started to breathe again. I started to feel the calm, the inner peace, the groundedness in me that my soul was yearning. In this video, I'm going to share 4 soul steps that helped me go from feeling shattered, anxious, and drowning in overthinking to feeling anchored, clear, and spiritually strong. So you can stop circling the pain and start healing at the root. If you're spiritually inclined mom who has recently been heartbroken, going through separation, divorce, and you want to heal at a root level, a soul level, then hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos I bring related to the spiritual healing and bring you more tools. When my husband left suddenly, I went from living very happy life to something that shattered into million pieces that I could not even describe and have words do the justice in describing my pain, how much panicked, how much desperate, how much anxious I felt. I tried therapy, books, podcasts, but nothing helped until I started working at a very core level. Within about 4 to 5 months of doing the soul level spiritual healing work, everything started to change for the good. I'm not saying life suddenly became perfect externally, but deep inside me, I started to feel a deeper peace, a sense of calm, a sense of groundedness, a sense of purpose, a sense of joy that was unfolding every day with soul confidence, clear and calm, even when some practical aspects of my life were still unfolding. But they do not shake me in my inner world, because life will always keep on changing. Situations will always keep on coming up, but that should not affect you. And that's exactly what I found through this spiritual healing work. Hi, my name is Ashima, and I have been married for 18 years, which I thought is a thriving marriage. But here it goes. Year 6 into the marriage, I was visiting my parents overseas with my baby, and my husband brought a girl over at my house for a week. And when I returned, he told me all about it. He also told me that he is into BD blank M, and he has some sexual desires and fantasies that he liked to do. But with my knowledge, boy, it hurt me very badly. You can see it crushed my heart. I cried for months and months. It was not settling with me. And then he shared he do not want to do it behind my back. He is telling me all this so that I don't feel that I am cheated. But in a way, it was, right? And then he also brought up the concept of swinging that he would like to have with my permission because we are a couple and he do not want to do anything behind my back. But it took me 6 years to accept this and to understand and to forgive him for the hurt he caused, the cheating I felt. Once I accepted, I told myself that he's not doing it behind my back. He's asking his partner to be involved in, so nothing wrong with that as long as I'm supporting my partner. And I have been a devoted wife. I was a giver at heart and I deeply loved him. So from that place, I accepted that he is asking for my agreement into this. Then, little bit into it, it did not settle with my soul. So I said, I cannot do this anymore. I don't want to be involved into all the things that you are bringing to me because they are not mine and it's not settling with my soul. So he said, okay, but then I would like to continue the BD blank M and I'm a giver. So I'm going to accept just because I gave him a big benefit of doubt that he's not doing it behind my back. 3 months into it, then he came home and he said, oops. Now I love this girl. I had no choice but to accept it again. Didn't thought that he would bring third person into our life. I did everything from a place of deep love for him and heart of a giver. 3 years into his dating with this woman, one day we were having an argument and it was my birthday. It was my 44th birthday. We were having an argument and he slapped me and pushed me away. And then he called 911 on himself. Of course, he got arrested because I had the marks on my body. And when they were arresting him, taking him away, I started getting very nervous. I told the officer that please release him. I love him. I want him back. He's a nice guy. And the officer says, this statement of yours will help him greatly with his case. And I said, yes, I do not want to press any charges. Please relieve him ASAP. Then next day, I was interviewed by the officers multiple times, asking my statement and seeing if I wanted to press charges against the domestic violence. And I was saying the same thing. I love him very much. I want him back. He's a nice person. So that day, late night, he came back home. I did not know. I was sleeping upstairs in my bedroom. He slept downstairs. The entire week he slept downstairs. He did not talk to me. And that Saturday morning, I was getting ready in my bedroom. He came upstairs and he started packing his suitcase. I had no clue. And I asked him, why are you packing? Where are you going? What's your plan? Then he drops the bomb that he do not want to live with me anymore. And bam, within an hour, he packed his suitcase and he left. So you can see how devastatingly it hurt me. It traumatized me. I felt betrayed. I felt cheated. Because I gave him so much, I accepted of him so much, and this is how it had to end. This is how he had to respect my feelings, my genuine deep love for him. So I was devastatedly hurt very badly. I was traumatized, and then I self-healed spiritually within 4 months, and I rebuilt my life from soul up. This video will help you understand why therapy alone could not touch the deepest part of your pain, and how root-level spiritual healing can finally relieve you. Do the work at that root level and feel that weight being lifted off of your heart, and feel that pressure off, feel that tension off. Step 1, this soul is on a journey, not just a spouse. We have to understand something very simple and profound. Our body is like an outfit. Today I wear this sea green. Tomorrow I will wear purple. Day after I might wear red. And day after that I might wear orange. So our body changes in every lifetime. Body wears this costume and it changes from birth to birth, from lifetime to lifetime. But what doesn't change is your soul. In each lifetime, the body changes, the roles change. The mother, wife, daughter, sister, friend, Roles change. Body changes. What doesn't change is your soul. It is eternal. It is immortal. When this body dies, nothing goes with it. Not your clothes, not your bank balance, not your labels, not the roles. But what goes with it? Your insecurities, your deep patterns, your habits, because they are getting imprinted on your soul. They're deep impressions. In Hindi, we call it sanskaras. That goes with the soul. Yes, it is that significant to understand from a spiritual wisdom that when we question certain things, that why people behave like this or why people are like this, that I get it, they don't get this simple thing. You have to understand it is their past conditioning that's coming with them in this lifetime. And they cannot help until they realize how significant it is to change at a deep soul level. And that CD will keep on replaying from lifetime after lifetime until we become conscious, we become aware of those things to change at a soul level. Wouldn't you want your soul to be burden-free, to be pain-free, to be trauma-free? And that only will begin when you consciously understand and then start to work so that it not only benefits you in this lifetime, but it benefits you in every lifetime to come. When I started living from this deeper truth, I finally understood that whatever wrongs he has done to me is not going to affect me, because I understood the deeper truth that it is coming from his old conditioning, past lifetimes of the baggage, and then the habits and patterns and sanskaras that we adopt in this lifetime. Not saying that they were right, but I understood and made that decision. I am not going to let that affect me. Make sense? So when your spouse or your ex has done something wrong to you, understand that it is coming from their old conditioning, past sanskaras, past habits, past patterns that are traveling with them. Are they right? No. Is it healthy? No. Does it hurt? Yes. But you cannot force change. You cannot change someone else's sanskaras if they are not willing to change. So understand that for yourself. We get into trouble when we link our soul to a role. For example, my husband or my ex should have done XYZ. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a role who is supposed to do XYZ. But spiritually, I have to understand he's a soul on a journey. Sometimes our souls cross path to finish karmas, to learn lessons, to grow. Remember, I'm saying the souls cross the path. Souls come into our lives for a reason and a purpose. I'm not saying a husband, a brother, a sister, a friend, a co-worker, a parent, a child. These are the roles. But you have to understand from a soul lens, not to match the picture in your head that a spouse should be like this or ex should be like this. Does that even make sense? Or is it resonating to understand your spouse or your ex as a soul? And does that relieve any burden in your heart? Tell me in the comments, what do you think? If you're ready to begin your soul level healing journey, I've created a free guide that you can download. It's in the description box below. Transmuting Grief into Golden Light. It will tell you why your healing must begin at soul level and how changing your spiritual energy can heal you at the deepest root level. Step 2. Who influenced who? When he left me suddenly, I was traumatized. I was shocked. I was devastated. I was deeply in pain. I tried everything for him to come back because I was a fixer and I'm a giver. But he was long gone even before he packed his suitcase to leave. Seeing him physically leave, I could not bear the pain. My world felt upside down. I was letting his actions take complete control of my sanity, my emotions, my stability, my sense of worth. Spirituality taught me something that changed my life. Who is influencing who? I always have a choice. Will I let someone's broken behavior affect and drag my energy down? I have a choice, right? I can either allow that, or I take charge of my inner power, my inner energy, and I don't. Or will I stay grounded in my own inner light and in my own connection to the divinity, to that oneness, to that divine light? We are children of God, and we must act like it, not like beggars chasing crumbs of love, not acting like victims as if we have no power. This experience showed me I'm never a victim unless I am physically or sexually abused. Outside of that, I have to go within to tap into my power, to tap into that inner energy, inner strength, and act from that place of sternness and strength. It's not acting cold. It's about owning your power, embodying your inner strength. It's about understanding universe is asking you to grow, to stop letting someone else's vibrations drag your energy, lower your vibrations and frequency. Are you letting someone else's actions and behavior dictate your emotions? If yes, type in the comments, I am taking my power back. I love to hear from you. Step 3, finishing the karma, not the love. Me meeting and marrying my husband was not random. We went from not wanting to see each other to dated for 3 days, got engaged within a week. He came back to US, filed for my visa. I flew back here, got married, stayed happily married for 18 years, had 2 beautiful children. But it was my karma, the consequences of my past actions, whether in this lifetime or from past. I loved him so deeply, gave him my heart, my soul, every ounce of my being, gave him everything, and yet he betrayed me. He cheated on me. He left me. He broke my trust. He broke the family. He had no family values. That was a huge deal for me. My family was everything to me. Even though I have been a devoted, kind, loving, giving wife, friend, lover, companion, and yet he did that. That was excruciating. But what I learned, sometimes our soul has to finish our past karma through this relationship. It doesn't mean your love was fake. It means you're a soul on a journey, was closing out an old chapter of an energy so you can move on to a higher vibration. Remember, I told you in my last video that you are not a complete book yet. You are an author of your book. You're still writing. And this is just a page in a chapter. Because I wasn't seeing myself as a soul, so I did not know how to see this pain as soul values, that what my soul is trying to teach me. But I'm giving it to you, sharing it with you so you can understand the deeper meaning. I did not know how to live from soul values. I went along with his ideologies, his choices, his preferences, his priorities, his wants, his desires, his needs, his dreams. Because I have been a giver. I've been giving, giving, and giving. I thought I'm being a supportive and loving wife, which I was. I won't take that back. But spiritually, I did not know that I was taking on his wrong behaviors and ideologies as mine. And I gave a justification to my mind that at least he's not doing it behind my back. I'll share that story someday. But I hope you can sense it. I admire what I thought was an honesty, but what I did not realize that this was going against my soul values. Without realizing, this karma was going against my soul. So I had to endure the consequences of karma I unconsciously chose. And I'm sure you can resonate. Many of us are choosing unconsciously. I'm helping you recognize those unconscious patterns that are healthy and that are not healthy for your soul. By betraying my own truth, this is why becoming conscious and honoring your soul is so crucial and significant. Not just for the moment, for this lifetime and many lifetimes to come. Because what I'm doing is I'm creating karma on my soul. Whether it's good or bad, I'm creating a karma. When you live from soul awareness, you stop creating new pain on top of old karma. If this lands for you, write me in the comments, I choose to live from my soul values. I would love to know. Step 4. Master your mind and people will lose their power over you. I had to heal from the attachment from my husband, soon to be ex, to accept one simple fact. He has changed. It, as painful as it was, he has literally flipped 180 degrees from what I have known him for 18 years to suddenly flipping. It raises many doubts in my mind, which I know it in my gut and my intuition knows all that answers. I'll share that story one day. But despite, even if it's led by someone else, the ultimate choice is his. What to choose, who to choose. So I had to accept this fact. After 18 years of marriage, it felt like a sudden flip, 180 degrees, from him being very supportive, loving, friendly, encouraging. We built this life together. We shared the dreams. We shared our retirement. We planned our future, our present, our lifestyle, our family. But all shattered. It felt like a switch has been flipped. I asked myself, is this midlife crisis? Is this depression? Is this bipolar? Is this his girlfriend's influence? Sure, that may be playing a part. But ultimately, the choice is his. He's not a 5-year-old. He's not a 7-year-old. He's a grown man. Regardless of these things playing in the background, he is consciously choosing to break the family, to break the relation with me, to break this life with me. But at the end, the decision is his to leave me with or without outside influence, is what I'm trying to say. His ego chose those actions. Spiritually, I had two choices: continue fighting reality or accept who he has become. As hard and as painful it may sound, but the option is very clear. Choose who he has become, not what I want to see in him or who he was when I married him or how he was for 18 years, or continue to fight the reality and begin building a life without him. What you don't accept, you resist. And you know when you resist, how does that feel? Everything is a pressure, everything is a strain, everything becomes a stress, and then it leads to depression and anxiety. What you resist drains your energy. Acceptance does not mean you approve. Acceptance means you will not resist. You are accepting the situation as it is, and you will not let that acceptance drain you anymore. Raj Yoga, which I practice in Sanskrit, Raj means king, Yoga means union with divine, being a king or a queen of one's life. Because remember, you are made in his image, so how can you be any less? Live from that place, not from a place of victim consciousness or beggar consciousness. When you're queen of your mind, no one else's actions and behaviors can shake your inner throne. And remember, after you accept, the universe will test you. But don't give up. Little things, big things, people's comments, behaviors, situations, universe will test you in all areas. If you have truly mastered your mind, or you give your power to the outer situations, to other people's behaviors and actions and wrongdoing. What is one area that you feel you need to accept? Acceptance doesn't mean approval, but you simply need to accept the way situation or person is. Tell me in the comments section below. I would love to hear. That is why root level healing is so significant. It removes the residue of external reality, external situations, people, events. It helps you come back to your inner self. It helps transmute the pain at a subconscious and soul level. Even when you leave body costume, you carry these soul imprints with you for lifetimes. You carry thriving imprints for lifetimes to come. Spiritual healing isn't a luxury, it's a must for those who care for their soul. If you're ready to begin your soul level healing journey, I've created a free guide that you can download. It's in the description box below. Transmuting Grief into Golden Light. It will tell you why your healing must begin at soul level and how changing your spiritual energy can heal you at the deepest root level. And if you want a healing guidance, applying these spiritual principles, healing at a root level, you can book a call with me. The link is in the description box below. We will map out what your soul needs, where you are, and where you want to go, so it helps you achieve the transformation that you are after. The link to talk to me is in the description box below. If this video helped you see why therapy sometimes may not be enough and why soul level healing matters so much, watch my next video, how I went from devastating heartbreak to inner peace with my spiritual healing journey as a newly separated mom. In it, I walk through my own journey step by step. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye for now.